Going back to your roots, knowing your chi, knowing your ndi, knowing your water element, assembling your awu, it is not a guarantee that you're going to become rich. And I've been saying this in so many of my videos, that being wealthy, being rich is a template that your chi will set for you according to what you offer to people in exchange for their money. What spiritual forces do is to energize you. So you that you're coming back to your roots, or you're coming back to Ordinala to practice Ordinary Igbo spirituality or African spirituality, if you're coming because you are told that when you come, you start seeing money, or you bring something that will be pouring money, or money falls from the sky, all those things are things you watch in the movies. It is not real. Nobody should deceive you. What works is that whenever you are venerating your spiritual forces, they energize you. They make your brain to be sharper. Ideas is what rules the world. Ideas is what brings money. There's nothing like a blood money. I don't believe in all those things. With those people that say blood money, what blood money? Conjuring of spirit is different. Don't get me wrong. When you're conjuring spirit, maybe you're using that conjuring of spirit in order to protect a particular territory or environment against witchcraft attacks. That one is a different case on its own, because some of these things that we do is to conjure spirits. There are some ways you can bring some leaves, some herbs, some roots, and or animals, and bring them together. What you do is to conjure spirit, to create a spirit. Now, in the olden days, our ancestors usually do those things for protection against invaders into our territory, into our land. Because back in the days, you usually have people that are land grabbers, people that will come to take over your land. They will come with their own hitmen and their own able-bodied men. And if your people are weaker, that they can't defend themselves, those people will take over your land and turn you into slaves. So our ancestors usually conjure those spirits, but they're not usually kept in the residential building or in the house. Those things are usually kept in very, very far away from people's homes. Or sometimes you see them placed in the middle of the community. Then they will build a house for it. That is how it is done in the olden days. They don't usually keep it inside a room. And you know that this thing that has been conjured will be acting on its own whenever it's being commanded to act. That doesn't bring money. That particular deity or spirit, or a spirit that has been conjured, doesn't bring money. Those spirits, like I told you, were done in a way of protecting against witchcraft attacks, against people that will come to come and create chaos or cause harm to that environment. So they use it for protection, but it's not for money making. But today's DBS started telling people that when you come do this, do that, that you'll be seeing money. No, I think we all got it wrong. That's why we're coming to teach people the real truth. Whatever you're doing in terms of ordinary spirituality is just for you to energize your inner being. And once you are energized, and once your brain power is activated, ideas will be flowing. And what you do is to monetize these ideas. That is why our ancestors, there was no lazy person back then. They said, you must do something. You must offer either goods or services, and then you get paid. That is how it was done. What these spiritual forces do is to energize you, empower you, give you good ideas that you can create. You can, like the phone we're using today, somebody created it, somebody designed it, somebody sat down and made this structure, or this how this phone is going to look like. And today, everybody is using it. So that is what spirits do. They help you to build you up and make your brain to be working the way it should work as a human being. But if anybody told you that you're going to keep it inside a room and it will be pouring money, I think those things are the things they watch in the movies. They are not real. So that is what we're teaching people. In case you see somebody and the person is doing well, you say this person have done blood money. The person might not have killed someone in order to make this money. The person may be having a good idea that he's monetizing these ideas and people are giving him money for the ideas. That is why you have great business people, great traders and all that. They are the ones that are making money because they are selling what people are looking for. You don't expect them to go broke. Someone like Aliko Dangote, of all people, he's not an ordinary person. He's not an able person. But you see, he's making money. And what is giving him money is his ideas. And he's sitting in a group of people that have great ideas. Whenever he brings up his idea, they will do their own brainstorming on how these ideas can create value. And value system is what bring money to your pocket. That is what I'm teaching young people. If you are a person watching me today, do not be deceived. What you need is protection. And spiritual forces, what they do is that they help protect you from evil manipulation, because you will be seeing untimely death. Most people don't reach to their maximum, they die untimely. This is because there are spiritual forces that are manipulating people not to reach their potential. The issue of people not having consistency in their way of thinking, maybe they are having inconsistency, is because their spiritual forces are not harmonized to work for their benefits. So these are the things we are teaching people. It's not for you to go and do one blood money. Those things you watch in the movies are not real. Please, if you're watching my video for the first time, kindly subscribe to my channel. And if you find this video worthy to be shared with others, you can use the share button. And in case you have any question, or maybe you want to have a personal communication with me, or you want to speak with me, or you need counseling over what you're going through, chat me on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is 090-4011-3281. What we do here is to teach you about spirituality, and nothing less. So we want to correct the impressions and correct the narratives that people have been making, that when they see someone practicing ordinary Igbo spirituality, they just believe that this person is a ritualist. We say that that notion is wrong. In fact, you are standing on someone's fundamental human right. The same way you have your right to your own worship is the same way someone have right to his own worship. But the only time it becomes a problem when the person is involved in any act that the land forbids, that is against government rules, government laws. That is when the person will be called to order. But if it's issue of you restricting someone from following any religion that they find pleasing and worthy, the constitution of the land stipulated it that you have freedom of worship. So that is all I came here to talk about today. That some of the notions that we have against people, just because you saw every other person saying it, doesn't mean it's true. And remember, anything that promotes fear is usually on the net, is usually circulated, because people are afraid. People are afraid to be harmed, people are afraid to die. But what I'm talking about today is that everything you're talking about ordinary Igbo spirituality is not about getting rich quick. Getting rich quick syndrome, it was imported to us. It is not part of our system. Our ancestors were not like this. Anything that you are promised that you're going to have 100 million this year, you shout amen. That is fallacy. That is delusional. It promotes laziness. It makes people to just sit at home and be waiting for free money. There's no free money anywhere. You must go out and you must do something. You must create value. You must create something that someone is looking for. And the person is going to pay you for that. So these are the things we're teaching. And if any other person is saying anything otherwise, the person is on his own. So thank you for stopping by. Yeah, guys.